Check it out, folks. Do I got a good one for you? Yes, I do. Today we making chili, and I'm finna take you back down the time machine. You remember these? Let's get it. Okay, please don't let the lack of ingredients, get you nervous. And as always, the full ingredient list will be down in the description box below. Okay, so look, after going over all of the ingredients, right, I know some of y'all are probably thinking like, man, that might not be the greatest. Trust me, sometimes simple just works, right? So look, right now I'm putting some fire, as you guys can see, underneath my, my pot right here, right, or my pan. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and just, I'll start with this. Now this right here is 80-20, you know what I mean? So we're gonna have to do a little bit of a, strain and drain in the end. You know what I mean? Because we want to get rid of some of that fat. But that fat is the flavor. So whatever's left in here, we want to just strain that out, right? But I'm gonna start here. And I got such a big surface. You know what? I'm just opening this up and I'm really just trying to get it so that the bottom, we can get as much of the meat on the bottom surface as possible. Okay, so look, I'm gonna show you this part right here. This right here is my level up. This is from my level up series. This is the B. If you want that flavor, this is gonna give it that ooh-wee, folks. So now I'm gonna go ahead and just put, sprinkle a little bit on here. Just like you see. All right, so a little bit more seasoning I put in. Now it's the time to come with our onions. I don't really worry about my onions, you know why? Because we're gonna put these in the crock pot. That's my tool of choice on this one. You know what I mean? So that right there is gonna get them to cook down too. And it'll just drop all of its flavors in there as well. Right? So we'll just start getting these a little bit on the soft side, let them heat up, let that heat hit them, and let that moisture come out of there. And that's what gives us that, that flavor, right? And then you gotta get yourself one of these, especially when you're dealing with anything ground. You can just put it on here. You see these bigger chunks? Look. Watch this. See these bigger chunks like that? I'll just drop it there. You get right on top of it, give it a little twist. You know what I mean? Opens them right up. All right, so I want to explain this part to you. Ground beef, right? We don't want to cook it all the way where it's just all the way down. I cook it till I don't really see any more, pink. Why? Because we're gonna finish it up in the crock pot. And for those of you guys that are gonna do it that don't have a crock pot, we're gonna do it in the pot, right? But I want you to pay attention to this right here. This was 80-20. You guys can use 90-10, you get a little bit less this, but I like to go ahead and use the fattier side of the, 80-20. That's a little bit better for me. You know what I mean? And then I drain, that's why I got this colander right here. I'm gonna take this and just drain all of the fat out of here. Then we just gonna add this into the crock pot. Okay, look, as I said before, we're gonna be using the crock pot, right? Now, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and start this. You guys tell me down in the comment section below, how many of y'all like preheat, your crock pot, right? I just wanna know. I don't, but I'm curious to find out how many do, right? So we got our ground beef and our onion. We just put this in here. Now we're getting ready to come with our spices, right? Now notice I didn't put, you saw me put the pepper in, but I didn't put any salt in, right? Why? Because we got garlic salt. So I'm gonna go ahead and just add a little bit of this now. Excuse me, I'm gonna add it all, right? Cumin, chili powder, oregano. Now just give it a good stir, like this, because we want these flavors to combine. But don't trip, we gotta add our beans in and all of that. Hey, we can start that down in the comment section below. How many of you guys, I've had some people tell me, I done went over some of my chili recipes and we're just like looking at some of the comments, trying to, catch up on answering. People tell me where they from, they state, whatever, they don't put beans in. I'ma just say this, it's your chili, you do exactly what you wanna do with it. I like beans in mine, you gotta do whatever you wanna do. Really doesn't make a difference. Now, this the part, after you go ahead and cook your ground beef and your onions and get them going, check it out, it becomes really like a dump and go. So I've already strained these just a little bit. As you can see, look at the top. See how it's not a whole lot of liquid? I just go ahead and just take them down just a little bit because you're gonna need a little liquid in there, right? Then we're gonna come, with our tomato. Look at this right here. I know those of you guys that made it before, this is really for like my beginners. But you know what, if you season, I don't know how you were taught. I'm telling you, sometimes simple just works, folks. Whew, I like these little diced, petite tomatoes. Oh yeah. Right? Then I'm gonna give it a stir here. And this is even before I go ahead and add my stock, because we're gonna get a lot of flavor from there. But you can see, you get your thickness right here. Oh yeah. Look at that right there, folks. I don't know about y'all, but my mind is already going. But you know what? I've been cooking and making these recipes so long, you know what I mean? And these, now you're starting to find out my go-tos. You know what I mean? Just when I want to do something and want to impress, not a whole lot of work, you cannot beat this simple chili recipe. Then I got a little level up for you too. I'm gonna show you in just 1 second. Look, and this is gonna be the secret ingredient. This is right here is that cinnamon. I know some of y'all right now can't understand. You like, she putting cinnamon in there? You know what I mean? Just a little bit. This gonna be like a little bit of added kick. Now this came later. You know what I mean? Learning this part later. But if you ever had chili and you was like, damn, when I made my chili, it just wasn't quite as good as that. That's why, because they put this in here, and this is what makes it award-winning. Last but not least, that's our stock. I'm gonna go ahead and just add a little bit in here, and I'll stir it. I just wanna look at it and see how it is. Now, I'll give you guys the ingredients down in the description box below. That's because I wanna look at it, and I don't want mine to be too watery, and you know what I mean, I don't want it to be too thick. So we're gonna get our desired as we cooking. Now, because I'm using a Crock-Pot, this is really where that term comes from. If you looking, you ain't cooking. You guys gotta remember, a Crock-Pot is designed to cook with the top. Right, so when I put this on here and it's got its steam, that's when it's cooking. If you take this out and start doing some type of stirring or anything like that, you might as well add 30 minutes back onto your cook, right? So I'm just gonna get it like how I like it, get my texture right. I'm probably gonna add just a little bit more to it. Then we finna set a timer. And I'm gonna give you guys all of the numbers on the timer. I told you guys, I promised, I'm gonna come up with this for you, right? So look, I'm gonna cook mine on high. If you put it on high, we're gonna go 3 to 4 hours, right? If I go low, we go 6 to 8. Okay, folks, it's been 4 hours. It's been on warm for probably about 20 minutes. You know what I mean? I just been letting it sit here. Let's just go ahead and take this off. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just give it a stir. You know what I mean? That right there is chili. You know what I mean? Now listen, if you strain anything that came out of the can, you know what I mean? If you strain it, then it can be a little bit more thicker. And like I said, you add your stock, you know, to it as you see fit. But this right here, oh man, this came out great. Now I know I'm gonna go ahead and read these comments, you know, down at the bottom, and y'all gonna be talking to me about, hey man, don't have no beans. You know, some people say have beans, some say don't. Remember, it's your chili. This is good without it. All you need is cornbread, but since I didn't make no cornbread for this one, you wanna look over here? We using these Fritos, folks. This is gonna be the cornbread for me. Now, I want you guys to pay attention to this right here. Look. These right here have probably already been a star. These are my green onions that have been probably in, I don't know, in the last few videos that I've been doing, right? Look, if you guys know, if you just get yourself a mason jar, any jar, I don't want to overcomplicate it, just get you something where you can add a little water to it. You take the green onions, after you cut the tops, put them down, and look, they grow back. After you get about 50 of these, then you go outside and you start putting them in the dirt, let them get some of them nutrients too. Hey, super simple. This makes it real cheap, and check it out. That's where I got these green onion tops from some of these. All right, so there's nothing left to do, but, you know, I would say plate, but we putting it in a bowl, right? So I'm gonna do it like this. I don't know how you guys do it. Just pretend like this is the cornbread. I usually put a little of these Fritos down here in the bottom, like so. I'm gonna put some on the top too, right? But I'll stick those there. Now I'm gonna go ahead and grab my ladle. Look at that right there, oh man. Right, that right there is hearty, folks. I'm gonna bring this over here like this. We just go ahead and just add some. Look at that right there. Tell me your mind not working. You know what I mean? Your mouth should be watering. You guys should be saying, AB, I done tried every chili you have out there, but this is the one that you guys want to put something out in front of some people. I got you. Right, look at that. Maybe a little bit more. You know why? Because I like onion. And I got a little onion in there too. Right? Now I'm gonna go ahead and garnish with a little bit of this on top. I mean, really, that's it. Right? This is the part that I like, folks. It's really like doing this. How many of y'all take pictures of your food? Now I'm gonna go ahead and get some of this sour cream. You know what I mean? And just hit it right there on top. Just like that, right? Probably put a little cheese in it before I go ahead and do my thing. You guys can do it any kind of way you want to do it, But that's how I'm gonna do that one. And then I'm gonna come with a little green. I got chives and green onions. So after all of that, it's time to go ahead and do what we do, right? I'm gonna go ahead and just eat this one. This one, you saw me put the cheese on the top, right? Really should have put the cheese down on top of the hot chili so that it can spread like I did this one right here. Hey, but listen, I'm not finna over talk it. I'm finna just go in here just like you see, get some of that, and guess what, folks? Cheers. Not for real. Hey, listen, you know what? I'm running out of things to say. Listen, when you make a good product, you just make a good product. And especially my new people, like if you watching this and you ain't never made chili before, this is a great way to start, right? Crock-Pot do all of the work. And don't forget, it's summertime, right? We don't have to like run the oven, as much, and we don't have to be on the stove creating all of the heat, running the air conditioner, and yada, 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 right? So super simple. Put this out. It's really, really fail-proof. And then whatever you want to do, you add that. Only thing you guys didn't see me do is add no onions, because I got a couple of people behind here that say they don't even like onions, so I didn't do it, so I'm gonna put them on my individual bowls. Now, with that being said, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Don't forget, we finna talk. Does chili have to have beans or no beans? You guys let me know. Now, if you're new to my channel, let me take this time to say thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, smash that subscribe button, and tell everybody out there, listen, there's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. And with that being said, folks, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try to take these two